From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Yellow, let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Mahomes to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
Fire on these two.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams.
Yellow.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. This is a catch by Ted Ginn. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting stopped.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
47's the mic.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's complete to Kelce. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 44 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
A 14-yard pickup, but it's third down.
Ready.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They run. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 51 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
And defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Breeze to throw again. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Mike, ready? 95-56, 95-56.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 36 yards out. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go. Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
13.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First down, Saints.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8. Kill.
They'll run. This is Kamara. Chris Jones on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run it again with Kamara, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Ready.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. 54, 55, 5, 54. Hey, easy. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
To throw is Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 34. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready? Yellow waiting. Let's go.
Breeze now to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Hey, watch that. 11.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Yellow. 180. Hey, get in the weight room. Shoot. 15.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's get off the field.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm going to come back to you.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Mike, 53, Mike. Hey, box truck. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Breeze now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. Again has it complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Come on now, let's go.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, exit. Hey, easy.
On first down, Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. They'll look to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. Breeze now 11 of 16 through the air. It's first and 10. Running with Kamara. He will push his way down to about the 14. Damian Wilson in on the stop.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Hey, Lord.
Breeze to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
They come out here in the eye. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Second and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. This is 3rd and goal, this Chiefs defense. They're giving it all they got.
Hey, 4 down.
Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.